Hi, and welcome to our breakout on the DXC Online DevOps Dojo. I'm Chris Swan. I'm CTO for delivery at DXC. And so for those of you that know DXC, it's the combination of service companies from HP's Enterprise Services and CSC that came together a little over 3 years ago now. Some of you might have already seen Olivier present in the past. So Olivier, do you want to talk about what you've done before and kind of what's different about what we're showing this time around?
Sure. Thank you, Chris. Yes, I'm Olivier Jacques. I'm working as a distinguished technologist at DXC and accompanying our customers on their DevOps transformation. So back in 2015, when DXC was not there yet, we were invited to share our journey with HP IT at the time. And then I attended a talk by Ross Clanton and from Target at the time, and either Mickman, I believe, on their DevOps Dojo. And this really clicked with me as a way to articulate the DevOps transformation. So really something that that hit home, I believe. And then we came up with this online DevOps Dojo, which as we needed to scale our DevOps skilling and reskilling within our company and for our customers, we turned or we complemented our DevOps Dojo, which was really a face-to-face format and still is, with online trainings to support this transformation at scale.
Yeah, and from my perspective, there's work I'd done in the kind of year before we became DXC, where we developed an infrastructure as code workshop that had reached about 1,000 people by the end of the year. But then I came across the Katacoda platform and realized that we could really kind of make this thing web scale and take it to a much larger audience. We've got over 100,000 people in the company in delivery that kind of need to be reskilling towards DevOps, and that's what it was intended for. And subsequently, what we spent the last few years working on is, some more great content that Olivier and some of the team has put together, but also now this open source release, which means that it's available to anybody that wants to access it. And also because it's open source, they can build from the material that's been put together here. So Olivier, do you want to jump in?
Yes, well, this is really what's new, right? So I think in the later years, we were again invited to share about our DevOps journey, and we shared about our own version of the DevOps Dojo and what we have done with it. And we came to a realization that open sourcing it and making it available to the rest of us, to the rest of the industry, was probably something that would be best for us to do. So here it is. This is the Online DevOps Dojo, which is not meant to be a full DevOps Dojo, but covers part of the training and the training aspects of it, at least. So it's open source. You can see the URL, and we'll post it also in the video. But you go to github.com and you look for the Online DevOps Dojo, and you will see this repository. The intent of this DevOps Dojo, if you have not seen the earlier presentations at DevOps Enterprise Summit, is really to guide and to go through a set of modules and a set of trainings and learnings that our people and our customers have to go through to understand the DevOps practices. So we start with a story, and we believe that storytelling is extremely powerful. So we have our team, which is the pet clinic team. The pet clinic team has a Charlie, who is a CEO of the pet clinic company. It has its own story, and you will discover later in the training modules that it has dogs as well. Chen is a DevOps coach, change facilitator. We have Paulo, our product owner. We have Adam, who is a sysadmin. We have Dan, the developer. Tina, who is our tester. But the intent of this putting together a story is to bring the knowledge home, right? So often the learnings have to come from where you are and what you know to something new, something different. And that's what the characters are here for. They are here to tell you, well, I'm Tina, I'm doing testing. So that's who I am. let me see what is changing for me and what I need to do differently.
And this is a cast of characters that's very much inspired by the IT revolution books like Phoenix Project and Unicorn Project. And also, the Pet Clinic kind of comes from the app that we're building the continuous delivery pipelines around, which is the Spring Pet Clinic sample app, which really kind of gives us a good foundation for doing all kinds of things with an application.
Exactly. So the Pet Clinic is really an interesting, I guess, showcase. Now, talking about the modules that we have released in open source, right? So the modules that we are going to go through one because it's kind of a different presentation. It's not going to be about slides. We don't have slides, but we are going to do a kind of a live demo of one of the modules just so that you can have a feel of what it is and how it works. And again, you can follow along because this is open source, so you can just go to the site and follow and go through the modules at the same time as we are. The modules that are there, it's just an abstract of a set of modules that we have available and ready and that we use for us. They are coming from practices and patterns that have been described in the Accelerate book, because we believe that this study from Dora initially and then which moved actually is really interesting to connect the patterns with business outcomes, and that's what we want to explain and share. So we have 5 modules. The first one is the welcome and setup, which I already went through. Leading change, which is really more about the cultural module on how to change and how to lead